Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Expeditions Viking Let's Play. So the time has finally come. We're going to head to Brittania very shortly. Between this episode and the last one, I've been doing a lot of basically just grinding. And I think I've been from Reba to our village and back a couple of times. I've basically hit every campsite. This is actually isn't going to show it, so there's no point. But I've basically hit every campsite that was occupied and just grinded out like fight after fight after fight. Did all the side quests, completed all the side quests, and looted everything I could possibly loot. And so you'll notice I'm wearing chainmail armor now. I got enough hides to craft a set of chainmail for myself, and so I've passed my armor on to Gunnar. And then I crafted myself an Aventail helmet, and so I gave my helmet to Aslav. We might have enough to craft some more armor and stuff, but we'll take a look at that later, because we can only do it in the camp menu for some reason. But I'm pretty well decked out now. I've also got a new sword. This is from the... Oh, I have a new shield, too. I crafted this. This is the first thing I crafted. It's a pretty good shield. The Mailbiter sword is from the quest where the guy offers you dinner. He's like a friend of your father and he offers you dinner. He basically tries to poison you, and it's pretty obvious that he's trying to do it. And so you end up fighting him, and if you win, he drops this. This is his sword. Let's see. Ingemar Broadsoul, yeah. So that's his sword. He dropped it. I equipped it, and then my sword is now in the hands of Aslav, and I gave Aslav's sword to Egil. So yeah, we got really good gear. I also did the side quest to basically cure Nefia's sister of, like, I think she had like tuberculosis or something. It doesn't tell you, it just says that you need to get some like thing and bring it to the healer in Reba, so I did all that. So basically we have nothing left to do except for go talk to our mother and jump on our ship. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's head on over... Oh, wrong building. Head on over to this building and have a chat with her. It looks like things are really coming together. Torfin has already laid down the hull of the new ship. Akapete, was it? And I see you've recruited a full crew. They seem like a solid bunch. Are you ready to begin the real preparations? We have a lot to do if you're ready to set sail when the ice is gone. You won't have more time to roam around the countryside. It says end the campaign, but I don't think it actually... It obviously doesn't end the campaign because there's still a lot more to do. I wonder if they accidentally left that in from the alpha. I mean, hopefully it doesn't just like end the game here and it's like, oh no, that's the end. We fooled you. But no, I know there's more to the game than this, so I guess let's see what happens. End campaign. All uncompleted optional content in Denmark will become unavailable once you end the campaign. Are you sure you wish to continue? Or do this now? I'm pretty sure I've done all the side quests. So let's do it. Are we gonna get like roll credits? Okay, no. Party selection. So it looks like we have one final chance to change out our crew. I'm pretty happy with who we have though. But it looks like you can actually get rid of Nefia and Kettle here if you want to. This is the first time where you do not have to have them in your herd. So if you're not a fan of them, now's the time to ditch them. But I'm pretty happy with them. I have no reason to get rid of them, and really no reason to get rid of anybody. I have somebody to fill every role, so I'll just confirm it. You won't be able to manage your party after this point. Yeah, I'm content. I'm excited because this is like the first genuinely 100% new thing that I'm experiencing in this game. Everything else has been either from the pre-alpha or like built from it or just a change from it. This is completely new content for me, and so I'm really looking forward to it. Everyone is gathered on the shore to watch as your beautiful new longship is launched. Astrid takes in the scene with the kind of pride only a mother can display. If only Carr was here to see this, your herd gathered in front of your ship, he would be so proud. We'll return soon, and we'll bring back the means to build a strong clan. She reaches out to run a hand across your chin. It'd be hard to do with a beard like that. Like, it would definitely get stuck. I believe in you. We all do. Now, Goodbyes only get more difficult the longer you put them off. May the winds of the gods fill your sails, my son. Alright, so... where is our ship? Oh, this way. It looks like a pretty generic longship to me. I don't see anything particularly special about it. It does look nice, though. I like the sail. So we've got a lot of people that we can chat with. We'll do Gunnar last, since he's the new guy here, kind of. Everybody else is from our village. So let's see, Kettle. You find Kettle next to several stacks of equipment on the shore, exchanging a few last parting words with Leot and Sigrid. Sigrid pulls Kettle in for a warm embrace. Her eyes glisten in the morning sun. Take care of yourself out there, kid. We're both really proud of you. Wish I could go with you, but Sig wouldn't survive without me. I'll let them finish. Sigrid laughs heartily while wiping away her tears, nearly poking an eye out in the process. He's awful, but he's right. We are proud of you. It takes great courage to follow your friends into danger. You've become a hell of a hunter. Not as good as my wife, of course, but I know you'll keep everyone well fed. So I guess Leo is his father, but Sigrid is not his mother, so maybe his mother died and his father remarried? I don't know. It's funny that he took after his stepmother, though, because they're both hunters. Kettle crosses his arms and grins at his father. And it's good that your wife is such a skilled hunter too, old man, or you'd starve to death without me. While Kettle and his father exchange ever less subtle insults to make each other laugh, Sigrid tugs gently on your sleeve and pulls you away for a hushed appeal. I told Kettle to watch out for you. Now I'm telling you to watch out for him. Kettle is like a brother to me. Oh, interesting. He's like a brother, but you're married to his father? I don't know what's happening with this relationship. Your father was the strongest warrior I've ever known. His men loved him, and he's undertaken countless journeys in his life. Whatever he found over there, it claimed his life regardless. You, Kettle, and Nefia, you're also young. I know you probably feel invincible, but you need to watch out for each other. I wouldn't let anything happen to him. Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel a lot better. May the wind carry you safely home. Sigurd walks back to Leot and Kettle for a few more parting words and another hug. At last, it looks like everything that needed saying has been said, and Kettle extracts himself from his mentors to join you again. I didn't expect it to be so easy to say goodbye. I don't think they found it quite so easy. They'll be fine. It'll take them a little while to get used to my absence, but then everything will return to normal, I'm sure. Well, I'll get my things on board. See you on the ship when you're ready. Alright, so I guess we'll do Ruskva next. I like her. She's one of my favorites. Ruskva drifts like a low fog towards the beach, a single sack slung carelessly across her shoulders. She gives you a quiet nod. She's like whenever they have like cartoons or whatever and there's like a group of friends, she's like the emo one that's like always quiet and to herself. And it's kind of funny because we're in like Viking, like Dark Ages, Viking era. And that trope is still like working its way in there. Where do I put my stuff? Anywhere you like. Is this all you have? Pretty much. One change of clothes and a whole bunch of things you don't want to know about. One change of clothes? I live in a bog with an old woman. She nods in Nefia's direction. I don't have occasion to make myself sparkle like the warrior princess over there. Speaking of, how did Hulda take the news? Oh, she's not really there today. I kind of didn't tell her I was leaving. Who's gonna look after her? Adis's boys promise to check on her every morning, and Dagheed will visit her with dinner in the evening. I guess it's probably for the best. She might not let you leave. She's not like that. She'd let me leave if she were better. So let's see. Do you have enough supplies to ply your trade? For a few weeks. Hopefully we can scrounge up some more when we're going. How do you feel? Pretty good. She looks out across the ocean, calm crystal blue stretching as far as the eye can see. I've never really left the village before. Don't worry, we'll look after you, and your knowledge of witchcraft will serve us well. She nods quietly, but her face betrays no emotion. I'll do my best. Alright, hop on the ship and make yourself at home. She nods. Sure. Doesn't seem like she's really into it. Torfin, thank you for making us this ship. Isn't she beautiful? Strong yet fast, intimidating, and with a spacious hold. Ah, I shall never build anything so impressive again. I don't know, every longship looks the same to me, man. They all look the same to me. Right, so who's this? I have no idea who this is. What a ship! Okay, well, that's all you got to say. Asleif, what do you got going on? Asleif is talking to Olbjorn and Grimkel. The conversation falls silent when you enter earshot. It's a fine ship Torfin built. She's sure to carry you safely across any sea. Asleif nods approvingly. It's a beautiful ship indeed. Torfin's craftsmanship has brought honor to us all. The ship is fine, yes, but it's the crew that will make it strong. Grimkel and Olbjorn seem to contemplate this for a moment. Asleif nods sagely. Well said. There's no telling what we'll find over there, but with me as your bannerman, you'll have nothing to fear. You are the strongest warrior among us, but don't let it go to your head. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but sure. I mean, I beat him in single combat. I'm sure Gunnar could probably beat him in single combat. He's not a bad fighter, but he's probably not the best. Humility is a pretense. I speak what I believe to be the truth. Is your family not here? My family is not pleased about recent events. They wish for me to stay here and help on the farm and protect the clan. My father and I have settled matters already. I saw no reason for him to be here now. Are you ready to go then? I was just parting with my friends. I'll be ready to leave when you are. Okay. So his family's not too pleased that we're leaving, just like my father did, but we kind of have to. We have no choice but to find allies elsewhere because, frankly, nobody in Denmark is going to help us against school, so what choice do we have? Nephew walks up to you, followed by a dark cloud. Interesting. I need your help. I haven't told my mom that I'm leaving. Can you please come? Sure. Thank you. I really don't think I can handle her myself. Come on. We have to... Another quest? I thought we were done. Oh, this is actually... Are we still in the village? Oh, we totally are. That's cool. I assume she's going to her home. So let's just hustle on over here. Her mom and her sister are conveniently waiting. I think if you don't do this side quest, her sister is dead or something, and this conversation would probably go a lot differently. What's taking her so long? Is she, like, walking? I have no idea what direction we came from. There she is. But yeah, that's her sister, Ifura. And I'm pretty sure if you don't do the side quest to get her the medicine, she dies. And this conversation goes completely differently. Nefia's mother, Bjorgdis, is standing in the doorway to her house, arms crossed with a concerned expression on her face. Hakon? Aren't you expected on the ship? Nefia has something to say to you. Nefia takes a deep breath. I'm leaving, Mom. My thing needs me. Her mother's face turns very pale very quickly. No, you can't. You have to stay here. You can't go. It's dangerous. I know it's dangerous, but I'm still going. Leave these foolish ventures to the men. Do you want to meet a pointless end in some distant land? Your sister and I need you here. Curses, Mom. You've already got Euphira. Just for once, trust that I can know what's best for me. Nefia's mother turns to you, and her voice rises by at least an octave. Please, Hakon, if you insist. Go if you insist, but don't take my daughter. I'm not gonna be mean. Let's see. I need her by my side. She's one of the most skilled warriors I know. She's not a warrior. She's my little girl. I've indulged her flights of fancy for much too long, but I will not let them take her from me. We've been in, like, how many fights up to this point? It's not like she's just been, like, playing in the training yard. Like, we've been in deadly combat for quite a while. And apparently now this is the first time it's an issue. Nefia's twin sister glides up behind their mother and puts a gentle hand on her shoulder. Euphira is still clad in her nightclothes, but has covered herself in 2 layers of woven blankets. So she was, like, dying of consumption or something, but she seems to be okay now. Apart from her pale and spotless skin, she looks exactly like Nefia. They even wear their hair the same way. Mom, you're making a scene. Their mother turns to pull Euphira into her arms. Oh, my sweet girl, your sister wants to leave us. Ifira's voice is soft and gracious, completely lacking the forcefulness of her sister. Let her go, Mom. Nefia is meant for bigger things than this life. Their mother makes a face like her daughter just stabbed her in the heart. How can you say that? You knew about this. Let's pull leadership here since we have the option. This isn't just about you or me, Bjorgdis. The purpose of this expedition is to save our village and our clan, and I can't do that without your daughter. I need you to say goodbye so we can leave. That seems to take the air out of her. Her lip quivers as she looks at Nefia. Then she finally pulls her daughter into a tight hug. Ylfira squeezes in there with a slight smile on her face. My sweet Nefia, you've become such a strong and beautiful woman. Bjorgdis releases her daughters and takes one step back. My heart breaks to see you leave, but your father would be so proud of you. I know I'll see you again. Nefia is doing an admirable job of not crying. I love you, Mom. She turns to Ylfira and pulls her braid lightly. And you too, you insufferable brat. I'll bring her back in good condition, I promise. Nefia hugs both of them again before you set off back towards the beach. She turns several times on the way to wave happily at the two of them. Thank you for this. Nothing to thank. Okay, so let's move on back. At least that didn't take us anywhere crazy. Where did we come from? Okay, so here. We still have our brother to talk to. Kvedolf, I think, is probably just going to have like a sidebar comment. But let's talk to Rurik. Again, this is our older brother. Your brother stands on the beach with his hands folded behind his back. Sensing your presence behind him, he seems to slump. I see no hope or glory out there. When I gaze across the ocean, all I see is absence and loss. I mean, that's fair, given that their father like sailed off and never came back. And now his brother's doing the same thing. Potentially. I see my little brother disappearing into the horizon on a beautiful longship with his devoted friends and huscarls, never to return. Put a hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry. You're a grown man, and you're my thing now, but to me you'll always be my little brother. The shame I feel because I dare not follow you is overwhelming. You fret for no reason. You're right, of course. Oh, you're right. Of course you're right. You've never given me any reason to doubt you, and yet I can't help but worry. He turns and pulls you into a warm embrace. Take care of yourself, Hakon. Without you, we would all be lost. Okay, let's see. I believe you are the blacksmith. Be careful out there, Hakon. That's all he's got to say. And then finally, Gunnar. Gunnar is breathing in the salty sea air with a contented look on his face. He turns and raises a closed fist in greeting as you approach. We've chosen a good morning to sail out. Clear skies, calm water. I have no one here to say farewell to, but I know how hard it is to part for the first time. Take as long as you need. Is there anyone waiting for you at home? No one who expects me to return. Maybe I'll see them again one day, if they don't see me first. What do you think we'll find over there? From what I've heard, large, rich temples built right up against the coast, undefended and ripe for the picking clean. Between you and me, I hope they're not entirely undefended. I could use a good victory after that last battle. What last battle? I'm pretty sure we've won every battle that we've fought. Since, like, several episodes ago. I can't think of the last time we lost. Honestly, can I trust you, Gunnar? As long as you give me a fair share of the loot, you can trust me to plant an axe in the skull of anyone who gets in your way. Well, I think we're ready. He nods and turns his eyes back to the sea. Okay, so we've chatted with everybody. I think it's time to jump on the boat. Let's do it. You stand at the bow and count your crew. Everyone is on board now, getting acquainted with the ship, running hands along the wood, tugging at ropes. Those who have shields slide them into the slots along the railing. Sacks of personal belongings are stashed below the boards. Finally, they pick their seats according to size and arm strength, and turn to you, waiting. You can no longer postpone it. You need to pick a bannerman. The title of bannerman denotes the most trusted member of your herd, your second in command, who you can expect to deal with a little more often than the other members of your herd. Who do I choose? I think I'm going to give it to Asleif. I think he's the most deserving. Like, he could have crossed me so many times, but he's remained loyal. he also could have ended up in my position, so I think he's the most ready for it. Obviously, I'm not going to pick any of these newbies. Gunnar is an outsider, so he doesn't really make sense. Nefia wouldn't be a bad choice either. Kettle's not much of a leader. Neither is Ruskva. She's too reclusive. So it's basically between these two. So I'm going to give it to Asleif. Asleif stands and grasps your arm firmly. Pride shines brightly from his face. I will serve you well, Hakon. I'll follow you into Valhalla if I must. You have my word. Oh. Friends and family are still gathered further up on the shore, out of earshot of casual conversation, but close enough to hear any rousing pep talk you might attempt. Can I not attempt? Right, so what's this one? Let's see. Yeah, I like this one. This is sort of the purpose that we're after. Our enemies would see us robbed of our land and cast under their dominion. They think us weak. They think they have us cornered. For too long we have sat meekly by, trusting in the old laws to protect us. Everybody nods and murmurs their agreement. Blah blah blah. Let's see. I don't know. This one's not bad. I think I like this one. We are not raiders setting out to pillage and steal. Across the sea we will find a great kingdom. We will secure an alliance with their king and return here with such might that no one will ever dare to strike at us again. A few of your herdmen knock their fists against the ship, and shouts of "yeah" and we'll show them rise from the crowd. Let's see. Yeah, I like that one. The gods do not favor the cautious, so today we seize our own fate. Just as each of us will ultimately travel alone to Valhalla, we must all find the strength within ourselves to face whatever dangers await us. The warriors bang their weapons against each other and stomp their feet against the boards of the ship. Battle cries arise from the crowd assembled on the shore. Whatever you were before, now you are Vikings. A final ear-shattering burst of clapping, stomping, whooping, and banging of weapons erupts as you finish your speech. The crowd seems to be competing with your crew to make the most noise. The ruckus is barely reduced as you take your seat and signal for your herdmen to seize their oars and take the ship out into the bay. Soon the elegant curves of the Akapit cut smoothly through the water towards the British Isles. Okay, and so we have our first look at the new overland map, which is a little bit bigger. And it looks like we're going to be sailing from Skjern in Denmark to the eastern coast of the British Isles. This looks like just south of Northumbria, maybe around I think this is where Mercia might be. It might be too far north. But Northumbria, I think, is about here. So it could be in between, I'm not entirely sure. Scarborough, okay. Sure. Off we go. I'm looking forward to this, because we're going to see all sorts of different factions here. I know that the Picts are a faction. There's different factions within the British Isles themselves. And then, of course, there's all the different Germanic and Norse factions that are constantly raiding and trying to make alliances here. So let's go ahead and take our normal crew. We can actually substitute out Nefia and Kettle now if they're injured or whatever. So that's good to know. Men and women watch you disembark from the rocks above, silhouetted against a light gray sky. Down the beach, two brave youngsters keep a close eye on the mysterious strangers and their imposing warship. I think I have the least imposing ship that I could have built, if I remember right. I think I got the one that was medium speed and medium capacity and low intimidation. Nefia's boots sink into the sand as she jumps the few feet from the ship, weapon in hand. I see a path up the cliffs to the south. They'll be expecting us. Gunnar grips his axe, clearly pleased to feel its weight in his hand. No, they know we're coming, but they won't be expecting us. Kettle staggers as he feels the firm ground sway beneath him after days of sailing. Shading his eyes with a hand, he looks up at the stone building that towers above the cliffs. If we've come for riches, I say we've found it. Look at that fortress. If the plan is to attack that hall, I hope this coast is as undefended as the rumors made it out to be. A king who can afford a building like that can also afford to retain warriors to protect it. Ruskva speaks barely loud enough to hear over the roar of the surf. It's not a fortress, I think. It has an air of sanctity about it. I could be wrong, but we're going to scout things out. The rest of you drag up the ship and make camp. Okay. So, got our scouting party here. Oh, cool. Everybody's here. So there's Jorah. There's Egil. There's Ulfric and Svein. I didn't realize they all had basically the same colors. They have like identical colors. I didn't even realize. Right, so I'm gonna end the episode here because we are definitely out of time, and this seems like a good place to stop. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Expeditions Viking with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.